Hello and welcome to Badminton Weekly with me, Jasmine Lim. We begin with the Syed Modi India International where Teresa Jolly and Gayatri Gopichan Pullela successfully defended their Super 300 title. The Indian pair, playing only their second tournament since Pullela recovered from a shoulder injury, struggled against Japan's Kaho Osawa and Mai Tanabe on finals day. However, the number one seeds fought back from a game down to win their second gold medal in Lucknow. Let's hear from the women's doubles champions and other finalists.
India. Me and Gayatri can play anywhere, any side, कहीं पे भी पीछे आगे कुछ भी खेल सकते. I think today भी वही वर्कआउट हो गया कि हम रोटेशन अच्छा से किया है. I think मेरे दिमाग पे यही था and she was also between the in the match she was also telling me be patient अभी ख़त्म नहीं हुआ है, एक और रैली खेलना है आराम से. I think even I am also telling to myself that ख़त्म नहीं हुआ है. I think I need to play more rallies. We need to be calm and patient. I think it's always great when you're winning. It feels good, and we are so happy that we got again the second Super 300 title.
I think हाँ बहुत टाइम हो गया है खेल के एंड ये टूर्नामेंट एक बूस्ट है मेरे लिए और नेक्स्ट ईयर के लिए भी, तो बहुत खुश हूँ.
I think it's like a roller coaster. It's an exciting drama, I think, and I think this is the most unforgettable memory in my life, in my career. It's a great step for my career, and it's a beginning now, and I hope it will be better and better in my future.
I'm happy because I made it, and because first time I play it and this big tournament final.
This is the second time I'm winner here, so I think for me luck now, luck for me.
Kayak keberuntungan gitu buat Adejan sendiri, jadi buat kita jadi percaya diri sih, jadi mikirnya positif.
Sapsiri Te Ratanachai's 3-month partnership with Pakapon Tira Ratsaku has yielded positive results, with 2 semi-final finishes and a runners-up medal at the Syed Modi India International. Despite losing to Dejan Ferdinand Shah and Bernardine Wadana on finals day, Ashwini Punapa discusses why Pakapon is a perfect match for the former world champion.
So for me, it's great that Sapsiri and Pakapon reach the finals, but it doesn't really define the kind of potential they have having reached the finals here in Syed Modi at a 300. For me, what speaks volumes of what their potential is the fact that they've reached the semi-finals of 2 Super 500 tournaments, World Tour tournaments, namely the Arctic Open and the Australian Open. And what stood out to me is how they had a very good first round win at the Arctic Open, beating Go and Chen, followed by a couple of good wins and a semi-final match, a 3-setter match against Jiang and Wei. These are world top 10 players. Jiang and Wei are currently world number 1 and Go and Chen being world number 6. So that speaks volumes of the kind of potential they have, having beaten these pairs and also stretched these pairs to 3 sets. So yeah, I mean, considering that, for me, it isn't a surprise that they've reached the finals at the Syed Modi. I would say Pakapon's doing a great job of rising to the occasion. He's only about 21 years old, but he is strong enough at the back. He's got a hard smash. He's a left-handed player. He supports Sapsiri and can rise to the occasion, because when you're playing with someone who is a former world champion or world number 1, you've got to be able to take the pressure and also have that in you to learn and not let the pressure crumble your game. From what I've seen, Pakapon is really good. He's someone who moves around really well, can defend equally as well as Sapsiri does. And that to me says that they suit each other quite a bit, because when you are a player who's done well at the highest level, you would need someone who can match that energy, match that game style, and rise to the occasion when it's needed. So I'd say in that sense, Pakapon is the perfect partner currently for Subsidy. They do have the potential to not just beat a top 10 pair, but also slowly make their way up there, because they've got the consistency with Subsidy's experience that makes it easier for her younger partner to do what he does best. He moves around the court really well. And sometimes you also see him rushing to the net because he knows he can trust his partner at the back, who is as capable at the back of the court as she is at the net. So for me, I would say yes, they definitely do have the potential. Maybe they're a little bit slower in terms of progress compared to Subsidy's previous partner, Dechapol, in terms of trajectory, because they got into the international scene and boom, they were winning tournament after tournament. But I would say it's great that currently at the Syed Modi, they've reached the finals. It's the perfect end to the year in a way, because that's going to give them the confidence going into the other tournaments.
With the Syed Modi India International completed, the HSBC BWF World Tour Finals is next and will take place on December 17 in Hangzhou. We will be discussing the qualified players and pairs with our panel of experts and unveiling the nominees for the BWF Player of the Year award in next week's episode of Badminton Weekly. So stay tuned for that. Raymond Indra and Nicolas Jokin surprised many when they defeated top seeds Fajar Alfian and Muhammad Shahibul Fikri to lift the Australian Open title. The young Indonesians were so impressive in their Super 500 debut that many fans and experts have labelled them as the next Minions. Chris Langridge is excited for the young pair and believes the next 6 months will be crucial for them.
Now, they've obviously had a lot of press and they've had a lot of people compare them to the Minions. If I was them, I'd be honoured, because you're talking about a pair that dominated world badminton for 24 months almost. There are similarities in some of the playing style. The biggest thing for me is they're very impressive. They have continued to improve over the last 12 months. And I've got to say, the tournament structure they've had personally, I think is very, very sensible, because they started off with some challenge tournaments in Asia. Then they came over to Europe, which is very different. They won an international series and a challenge tournament in Europe, and then they started to play some higher level tournaments, and quite quickly and quite impressively they performed at these tournaments. Obviously Australian Open was the dream for them in regards to it kind of got better and better each round, and they're almost a bit cheeky the way they play. They've got real charisma, they're characters, they're smiling, they're trying something that you have to be confident to try. So they've had so much talk about being similar to the Minions. And I have to be honest, in my opinion, no, because I don't think you're going to get anyone that's going to be similar to the Minions. And this, for me, comes down to Kevin Sanjaya was so unique. You know, there were so many things that he shouldn't have been able to do that he did. And he almost defied the laws of physics at times. But then take absolutely nothing away from Marcus, because he was exceptional at his role. He was so solid, so consistent. He was such a hard-working player that set Kevin up at the net. Are there some similarities? There's a few. I would say they are their own style, which isn't the same as Kevin and Gideon. If I go very simply, Kevin and Gideon didn't really rotate. They had exceptionally fixed roles. These two youngsters, they are not like that. Yes, they have preferred roles, but it's so fast. They're rotating around each other, filling the gap. Both of them look so comfortable in both of the roles. Any chance to fill a gap, any chance to hunt down the shuttle, there is no doubt in where it's going. One of the players would cover, one of the players would make a move, and the other player covered so well. The way that they move around each other, it was almost perfection at times. It was amazing to see the confidence from two young players with the way that they filled a gap, with the way that they put pressure on their opponents from taking the game on. It was actually their maturity at times, just because quite often when you're a young pair coming through, you can get carried away with the situation, you can get carried away with the shot selection. Yes, at times they did that, but for large parts of what I saw at the Australian Open, they handled it so well. But people underestimate how integral it is to take the shuttle early, to fill a gap, because the stress you can put your opponents under is massive. Just because you take the shuttle early, where's the space? If I'm playing and I don't feel there's a space, I'm under stress because I have to find a space. But they fill the gap so well, there isn't a space. So that's extra stress they're putting on their opponent. Also, they are not one-dimensional. What I mean by that is it's not the same thing over and over again. They have good creativity between them. It is organised, it's structured well. I mean, I saw them play big court style, which isn't the traditional style of Indonesians, but the conditions meant they had to play that style. But there were times where they changed the pace, and they injected pace into the rally, and then they played the more traditional style of no lift that the Indonesians are, world renowned at. They were so creative at the net. I mean, whoever it was at the net, they were so active. There was no hiding, there was no doubt. They were covering, and I'm excited. I want to see them play. Everybody does, because it was a joy to watch. But now more people have seen them play, so they have a better idea of their playing style. First of all, how are they going to handle the Indonesian fans who are very passionate, but kind of expecting them now to deliver? I do hope that they find some stability in their performances. I mean, even if they just maintain the last 2 tournament level, which has been fantastic, for the next 6 months, they're going to be top 16 in the world fairly quick. If I had to guess, I would say we maybe will have a few more bumps in the road. Now, how big those bumps will be, I don't know, but next time they play, I'm watching. As long as it's not 3 o'clock in the morning, but I'm watching it, and I hope to watch it live because they are exciting. I want to see them play.
China can count on Chen Long to guide their next generation of badminton stars. The 2016 Olympic medalist was part of the coaching team that helped China secure the Suhadinata Cup in India. He was also heavily involved in the men's singles success at the Yonex Sunrise BWF World Junior Championships. Under Chen Long's guidance, Liu Yangmingyu and Li Zhihang reached the semi-finals at the World Junior Championships but fell short of making it to an all-Chinese final. Li lost out to Mohammad Zaki Ubaidillah in 3 games, and Coach Chen explained why the semi-final was a tough moment for him.
我认为是教练员。其实前面2场男子单打，可能你们也都感受到了。确实，作为教练员，我觉得虽然说可能没有体能上的付出，但是我觉得心理上的，包括这个思想上的，我觉得一直在动脑，一直在消耗。我觉得当教练其实确实比运动员要辛苦很多。其实有时候当运动员他们都是18岁以下的这个孩子们，他们在场上很紧张的时候。 转过来需要得到我们教练员反馈的时候，其实如果我们太严肃的话，可能会加剧他的紧张。所以说，当他们打得好的时候，我们会鼓励他；当他丢分的时候，可能我们就会带一点微笑啊，没问题，下一分再来。因为还是需要有一些表情上，包括这种状态上的这种调整，不能像运动员。运动员其实我们需要保持得很镇定，但是比赛的时候，当教练了，队员他们的紧张需要我们教练员去帮助他们缓解。
The 36-year-old's calm demeanor played a part in helping Liu claim his maiden World Junior Championships title. Chen was proud of his young stars' achievements and is determined to guide them in the next years to come.
其实当队员赢了比赛，我觉得教练员都是非常开心的，因为一个是运动员通过了自己的努力，还有就是说，当我们在平时教他们的时候，比赛场上职场的时候。 通过我们帮助队员获取胜利，我觉得是让我们教练员作为开心的。那作为未来的教练员的之路，我觉得现阶段还是把现阶段工作做好，一步一步吧，还是把这个教练员的这种经验多积累。
Before we go, Badminton Weekly would like to congratulate Ayao Hori and Ong Yusin on their marriage. The lovely couple tied the knot in Malacca on Saturday, and their wedding will be featured in this month's special edition of Badminton Unlimited. And also a big congratulations to Fajra Afian, who married his girlfriend, Furli Ashifa Chameleon, in Bandung over the weekend. We wish both couples a lifetime of happiness. That's it from us. Have a wonderful week, everyone.